Hello, everybody. Welcome once again to BND Live, the Friday night Dungeons & Dragons live stream, where a bunch of high school friends attempt to play Dungeons & Dragons remotely by the internet. With us, as always, we have Stephen as Finric the Monk, Erin as Lily the Fighter, Tim as Twizzard the Wizard. Chris will not be joining us tonight. However, I am always Shawn, your ever faithful and humble DM, and this is BND Live. Should we have a little recap from last week, perhaps?
Yes.
It was around 3 p.m. to Saul, and after informing Nathan Jenkins that you were going to take off for Puppy Town, you said so long to Shiny, and you set off in your carriage that you'd rented. You pushed through, tiring the horses, but getting there by around 10 p.m. when you met two Goliaths, Aol and Isendel, who run the Puppy Inn. After enjoying dinner and trying the signature drink, the Nose, you slept the night away and woke up on Dagall, a rainy Dagall, after a breakfast where you met Paws, one of the apparently people vying for control of Puppy Town, perhaps. You apparently agreed to speak at his event as tourists to the town. Lily curled up by the fire with her favorite pup, who just a little while before showed her what she dubbed the Poop Palace, where all the puppies go to do their business. Twizzard and Paelias headed out on horseback to a creek, and through creative use of Dragon's Breath and Mr. Bones, made a hot tub for 5 or so minutes. Meanwhile, the Finns, Finistel and Finric, explored the town a bit and ran into Tina, who runs the market. And they bought some sweet tears and some soubars, some pastries and some candies. Gian runs an interesting shop selling melodic, non-magical wind chimes, bells, leaves, and pups. And the Finns also met Barky, the competition for rule of Puppy Town. Just when you're thinking of heading to the woods of Valia, you meet up with Paws again, who encourages you to speak in a couple hours at a rally he's having. And that's where we'll pick things up. What would you like to do?
It's still raining, correct?
It's drizzling, and it looks like it might be clearing up. Hard to tell. But yes, it is a moist day.
Smells like wet dog.
Yeah.
It definitely smells like wet
Maybe
dog.
a nose would do a good job right now.
Yeah, and I guess I should specify that Paelias and Finric and Finistel and Twizzard. I believe Lily is still in the inn at the fire. Is that true, or did she come out?
I thought that
You're still trying to steal your puppy.
at some point I ran out and said something about the Poop Palace. No, that was way later.
Oh no! That's right. Finric said about the candy, and you ran out. That's what it was.
Yes, candy. Sending stone candy.
Sending stone candy.
Magic words to a teenager. Candy and puppies.
Exactly. Yeah. What?
It's been a long time since I've been a teenager, but that's what I remember. I still like candies and puppies, so.
So yeah, if you guys are gonna speak at this rally, you could just sort of chill in the inn until then, or.
Oh hey, a quick survey to the group. I'm gonna do it over Sending Stone. Not that I don't remember and haven't formed my own opinion, of course, but who do we like better, Barky or Paws?
Oh, definitely Paws.
Excellent. Me too.
Yeah. I haven't met Barky yet.
Paws is cooler.
But Paws was pretty nice.
Yeah.
Imagine, like, if Paws had no personality.
Be all Paws.
And, yeah, that'd be Barky.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Is his bark worse than his bite?
I'm not sure how bad his bite is, but hopefully we won't have to find that out.
think it's just like grumpy, right?
Stickler?
Like if there were 7 bears, like 7 dwarfs, and one of the bears was grumpy, that would be
Barky.
Grumpy, Barky.
All right, well, I'm sure that Lily is happy with eating whatever candy's available to her in front of the fire while playing with her favorite pup until time for talking.
You guys could also have a little lunch at the end, maybe, or something like that. Take the edge off. Twizzard can regale you with stories of his hot tub.
Ooh. It was so good. You guys would love it. Mr. Bones kept us very warm by breathing fire on the water.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, it was really hot at first, and then it got nice and warm, and then it got cold, and then it was very cold. The cycle repeated once, and then that was it.
It almost seems like you probably needed a tub, and then you get it hot, and then you let it cool down a little bit, and then you go in.
That's ridiculous. Remember how you just said you're a teenager? Yeah. It shows.
Nice.
For someone who's actually used to taking baths, I do like it to be warm, not cold, and not like scalding hot either.
It was warm. I just said that.
Yeah, but then you said it got cold really fast because you're in a river.
Yeah.
And like that's moving water. So all of your hot water was just going downstream. You should have moved with it. Then you could have stayed in that hot water like area.
Maybe 2 miles downstream by now.
Is that a problem?
I made a little boat once to stay in a river, and it did not go so well, so it would have been a problem.
Lily, I would disagree with you, but I don't think you're wrong.
Well, I didn't see that little boat, so wouldn't know.
I'll show you one day.
So what's to eat other than the candy? Can we go into the?
Yeah, you can. There's a full menu at the end if you'd like to go.
Yeah.
Where's
Check it
that
out.
woman with the big bones?
Likes those big boned women.
I'm a little nervous about this whole speaking thing that we're meant to do in a couple hours. So probably just having some nice hearty food. That's probably the way to go.
Well, Paelias is a big bag of wind. He can just do all the talking.
Oh.
I think I'll just take a nap instead. You guys can handle it.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
is that him? I think I just heard him say something. I think he's taking a nap. Uh-oh. Well, we can practice.
Practice?
Paws is cool. If you don't vote for him, you're a fool.
Pretty catchy.
It doesn't sound like a good slogan.
If you don't want to be in his jaws, vote for Paws. If you're in the dark, vote for Bark-E.
Vote for Paws. It's a good cause. Correct.
Vote for Paws, I'll punch you in the schnoz.
Finric's meanwhile looking for a menu.
Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. AOL walks over and whoops, splits her body in half. No, wait, that didn't happen. She walks over and asks what you'll have. What can I get for you?
Well, what do you have any what do you have in terms of like any sort of like land animals?
We have sheep.
Okay, I'll have a sheep.
I suppose I mean mutton.
I'll have a mutton.
One mutton. And for the rest of you?
I'm going to solve 2 problems with my order. I would like to order Barky. I don't care how you do it. I will pay extra.
That's not within my expertise. Alas.
That would solve everything.
Are you really speaking at the rally today?
I'll say something.
Yes.
I think it'll help. I think showing that, Puppy Town could really be, a destination on the map could really help all of us.
Can I make a suggestion?
Of course.
So for I know how you guys say Puppy Town,
Yes.
but if it just sort of went by like Puppyton, that might be is sort of like condense it, like a little more slangy. Just call it Puppyton. That might be. I feel like it's kind of rolls off the tongue nicely. It might be a little less silly than Puppy Town.
Sounds classier.
Puppyton
yeah.
Inn. Does have a ring to it.
Yeah, and you don't even have to change the spelling. It still works, you know.
Oh, wait. How do you spell Puppyton?
TOWN. We're just sort of putting a little bit of an accent on it. Yeah.
Huh.
Just sort of. Yeah.
You're a wise one, Finric.
No, yes.
Very wise. And she
And
turns
of
around.
course, only the coolest people would actually know the proper pronunciation of Puppyton. So
don't
you would
know.
know people who are like outsiders.
Yep.
We'll have to. You should bring that up with Paws, for sure.
Will do.
Well, Finric, that's something that you can talk about at the rally.
Yeah. Okay. Should I talk about it, or should I just start doing it, and then maybe get other people to start doing it?
Both.
Come to Puppyton! Puppy capital of the world.
I mean, so far, I would agree with that.
Yeah, I've traveled around a bunch. I've never seen so many puppies
It's the puppiest place I've ever been.
together. There's more puppies per square.
I mean, is it Center
5 foot
Centralia? Are we essentially Centralia? Could we say it's like the center of the world?
You could. You could say anything.
Yeah, but you don't want to like start spouting falsities.
Fair. Certainly east-west, yeah. Yeah. Probably toward the south, though.
Oh, yeah, we're pretty close to the
Pup Quater.
the pup equator. No, it'd probably be the Tropic of Puppyton. Tropic of Puppies?
All good options.
So where's that button?
All right, so she brings out the mutton. You guys have a delicious lunch. And if there's anything else you want to do, or should we
We can just skip forward to the
skip forward a little?
the rally.
Yeah. That'd be exciting.
All right.
I
All
have
right.
my scarf.
So the puppies continue to sort of go in and out as you eat, some begging, some probably getting some scraps here and there, maybe, not sure. But certainly making the rounds. As it gets closer to the time, you start to hear this sort of energy out in the street. And you finish up and you go outside. Now you had seen the town hall earlier, or at least I suppose Twizzard and Paelias had seen the town hall earlier when they rode their horses out.
It's a nice place.
Yeah, it's sort of at the end of the main drag of Puppyton.
It's at the end of the main drag.
But you guys go out, and as you advance a little bit from the inn, you see a crowd gathering, and while the sort of scarves are not quite as predominant, still fairly predominant sort of style of dress, you do see a lot of people, and a lot of them seem to be dressed in shades of yellow. A lot of them seem to be dressed in shades of red, and you can see.
Good thing I have purple.
Ooh, mine's red.
So let's see.
Uh-oh. Can we tell which candidate red is for?
You can sort of tell that Barksy's people are
Uh-oh.
dominantly red.
I guess I'm Team Barksy.
I guess I stand out in my fairly blue
Yeah.
stuff.
Wait, Mr. Twizzard, don't you have gold?
I have gold.
Yeah, I should
Problem
do.
solved.
Yeah, you're like bridging the gap.
And then
Right.
I'm pretty certain that Mr.
Oh,
Bones
he has
has
silver.
silver.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Or
We're good.
gray.
Silver and gold. Look at the two of us.
Silver and gold. Silver and gold.
But yeah, just pretend that all those little circles are peeled. There's basically almost the entire town has sort of come out to this rally.
Are they
And
people?
as
Like Goliaths, or are they or bears?
Fulbergs.
there's Fulbergs, Furbolgs,
Balls.
and the Goliaths. There are some on both sides of the divide.
Will they be missed?
What's that? As you guys sort of come a little closer, Paws catches your attention. He's like, and here are my guest speakers. Come up, come to the front. And sort of the crowd sort of like turns around and all looks at you and parts a little ways.
Hey guys.
Come up to the front.
Lily's giving her best noble wave.
All right, Lily leads the way up here. Finistel sort of looks at Finric and Twizzard and then starts to follow Lily. You guys following them?
You know what I can do? I've got a spell where I can put a magic mouth on something, and I could slap it on Mr. Bones, and he could give a speech if none of us wanted to. It's kind of a pre-recorded message.
Oh, hi. I thought I was going to have to use my answering machine voice. Anyone get that call?
Mr. Bones is going to stand in the back.
Go
You see basically the entire crowd, like, as you walk, past the ranks of them, they're all like, who are these guys? Like, some of them you'd seen around. Finric, you see Tina from the market. She's there. And a couple of the people you saw randomly walking around during the day. A couple of faces stand out, but for the most part, it's Barksy and Paws that really catch the attention as you make your way to the front of the crowd. And Paws sort of continues now that you're up there, and he's like, welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, what I want to do is open up Puppy Town to more tourists from Dessen, from Shaydul, from all parts of Centralia. The dogs are an asset. Our pups are our providence. And sort of Barksy interrupts him, and he's like, no, you see, outsiders, they'll seek to steal our dogs. We have provided puppy manure for hundreds of years, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Please, Barksy, let them speak. Let them speak. They have insight that's important to us. And he sort of looks at you guys expectantly.
Lily will walk up.
All right.
People of Puppy Town, I came from Wesleyville, through Windbell, through Shaydul, and heard about...
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Frozen in the middle of a speech.
Uh-oh.
Maybe she's just building dramatic tension.
Or working on a sneeze.
Oh man, it's amazing timing. I need to get one of those we'll be right back graphics to we'll just pop this one up. We'll just do. Nope, still frozen.
Yep. So
They'll probably.
I'm going to stop you right there, Lily.
Everybody turns toward Finric.
I guess what I wanted to say is I'm having a really nice time here in Puppyton, and I think why Paws wanted us to talk here is to kind of relay our experience. We were travelers. We are travelers working our way through the world, and we stopped at Shaydul to resupply our ship, and found in one of the gift shops some delightful puppy-themed merchandise. and I'm not sure if you guys get a cut of that, but you should. If you don't. But we were asking the owner about it, and she mentioned Puppy Town, Puppy Town, and and so we asked a little bit about it, and it sounded like it's a nice place to spend some time while our ship's resupplied. And I think that Lily, sorry to interrupt you, but I think this is like a nice little side trip, like for any travelers by boat like us that would otherwise be stuck in Shaydul for a few days while we resupply and while our navigator charts our next course, and it takes a little bit of time to do that, and you guys are so close that it really kind of makes a nice little like overnight or a couple night stay. And I would just love, I don't know, it just seems like it seems like it would be nice for other travelers like us to experience your town, but it doesn't mean that you can't also still supply the manure and the puppies, like the puppies can do what they do, and you keep the business. But I don't know, I would just like more people to see this.
All right, roll a performance check.
Oh boy.
Or persuasion if it makes a difference.
Well, I think persuasion, because I wasn't lying.
Sounds good.
Lucky. God damn it.
Did you roll a 1 the first time?
Yeah.
And then?
So I have a question. I have an A next to persuasion. Do I just get advantage on just like any old roll, or is that specific to certain types of?
But I don't know. Do you have some feat that? Yeah, sure. You have advantage. Go for it.
I mean, it says I have advantage. It has an A, and then it says advantage.
Hey, if it has an A,
okay.
Who am I to argue?
14.
14. All right.
It's better than the 2 that I rolled the second time.
She's lucky.
The crowd, certainly, the folks that you see wearing yellow, they're into it. The red, they're not booing, but they may not be fully convinced. And Barksy certainly sort of looks disdainfully at you. Lily, did you want to finish your?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what Finric had said, so I don't want to step on his toes and repeat anything, but...
It'll be fine.
All right, so where did I cut off? Shaydul?
Yeah, you said, I'm from Wesleyville, Windbell, and then I think it was soon after that. Probably.
All right, so coming in from Wesleyville through Windbell to Shaydul, I heard about this magnificent town filled with puppies, and I just knew that I had to come here to see it for myself. And when I got here, it was puppies far as the eye can see, and they were all adorable, and I just fell in love, and I wanted to pet all of them. And did you know that petting a dog actually increases your lifespan? So you could make this a wellness center as well as the puppy manure capital of Centralia. More money. Who doesn't want more money? More business for the inn, for the general stores, for people who don't necessarily deal in the puppy manure. Don't you want everyone in the town to profit?
All right, give me a performance or persuasion at advantage for that speech.
We're going with 18.
All right. All right, all right. Yeah, no, the red side, Finric made some good points, but his delivery might have been a little on the dry side. But then Lily spiced things up, brought some youth in there, and they seem to be turning around. Twizzard, do you want to say anything?
Oh, sure. I like Puppy Town because I like puppies. I am happy to be here. I like Paws. I think Barksy is kind of a jerk. And it smells like poo. Thank you.
Give me a performance of persuasion at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Oh!
Disadvantage, you say. Performance or persuasion?
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't
That's
matter.
zero.
16.
Oh my gosh! All right.
That's a disadvantage.
The other one was 19.
All right. Even though you insulted their presumable favorite candidate, they're still engaged.
Made some good points.
Does Finistro want to say anything?
Finistel says, I haven't been here long, but from what I've seen, this is a fine town that deserves to be shared with the rest of the world and reap the rewards that would come with such sharing. I have been to your stores and your marketplaces, and I think they would very much prosper from an input of outside gold, and I think that yes, I agree with Paws that your pups are your providence, and she does it. Oh man, even with advantage, that is a, what did she add to it? Hold on, it's a 9. So not as well. They're like, who is this person? She looks a little highbrow with her elven. You know, is she from the woods? Is she from the woods of Valia? So they're a little questioning. So Paw sort of steps up and he's like, yes, now, wonderful, wonderful. So Barksy, what do you have to say to all that? And Barksy sort of takes the front stage and he says, he sort of sees that the crowd has sort of moved a bit away from him. And so he says, well, all right. What do you propose we do then? Or should we have, I mean, the first vote that we had was inconclusive. If you are making such a persuasive argument, you then would have no problem having a second vote carried out? Barksy, please, I don't think there's any question that I won the first vote.
Hold on a second. Why does it have to be just one person in charge? Why can't you have multiple people in charge of different things? And you all come together and you have kind of like a council. That's what they're doing in Windbell now. It is the rage.
Oh my gosh. All right, roll a persuasion on that.
20, but not natural.
Interesting. Surprisingly, Paws was a little hesitant at first. And perhaps Barksy, because he realizes he may have lost, he may well lose a second election. He seems to enjoy the idea. I suppose that could have value. Well, it's unprecedented, but perhaps we should have a new vote after all. But this vote is for whether we should form a council to direct, and he sort of winks at Finric, the future of Puppyton. So you sort of hear like whispers go through the crowd again as like the people are like, did he say Puppyton? Is that the other guy saying? All right, yes. Another vote will be carried out. Well, heck, can we just do it now? I think that would be a grand idea. Sort of gazes out at the crowd, pretty much like everyone's sort of there. So the vote will be carried out today, from now until 8 p.m. Go tell your neighbors, let's everyone come out and choose the future of Puppyton. And sort of everyone's like, yeah,
The puppy vote.
And what's that?
The puppy vote.
The puppy vote. Sort of like the dogs are going crazy. They're like, "Arr!" They're like sensing the
I
excitement.
don't know what's going on.
They don't know what's going on, but they sense the excitement. Tails are wagging. And yeah, some people sort of go immediately into the town hall, and the poor people who work there are like, "What do we have to do about it right now?" But they're like, they get out their ledger books and they start. A lot of the other people sort of disperse and go to like tell neighbors and relatives who weren't there. And that, again, there's not that many people who weren't there, so the crowd sort of either starts queuing up in the town hall or dispersing. A few of them do walk up to you folks, and it's a mix. It's a mix of red and yellow.
You think we can vote?
Ketchup and mustard? No, we're not. We're not residents. We shouldn't be able to vote.
But we have scarves.
We were able to help sway the town folks' way of perceiving Puppyton. But I think we're just influencers. I don't think that we would actually be able to vote.
We're setting up local governments to benefit us later on down the line.
Yes. Lily is starting early with her campaign to take over Centralia.
Starting with Puppyton.
Gotta start somewhere.
No. Starting with Windbell. She's already got Salty Baggins. She is an apprentice of Henry. So she's got her foot in the door. She's got the keep down the road, her ancestral home. She's gonna take over the world.
One of the people who was a little bit grumpy, a little bit wearing red, and sort of comes up and is like, "So, who are you people? Like, yes, you've come here, but how do we know you're not just like lying through your teeth, and you're not just like, you weren't paid off by Paws?" And he sort of gestures toward Paws, and Paws is like, "I would never." But yeah, no, like where do you Wesleyville? I mean, Wesleyville's a major city. What will you be doing here? Nothing against Puppytown, but it's a bit of a ways from Wesleyville as far as I can tell.
Well, like I said, we were traveling through Shadul, and we were traveling on our ship, and it takes a little while to resupply a vessel, and we were looking for something to do to spend the time.
So you thought you'd come all the way out here? Like, how did you even get out here?
We rented a carriage.
Oh, so now we're gonna have like a bunch of carriage traffic, like going back and forth, like every day. Like, what if my kid's out in the street or something and gets hit?
I mean, the carriages are smaller than the carriages that take that haul the poop. So I feel like it's not really going to be a problem.
Well, what if they take our poop?
Well, they would need to buy the poop in order to take the poop. I mean, you have that puppy palace. It seems to be well guarded.
Puppy palace? You mean
Yeah, the
shit
poop
shed?
palace. Oh, well, no.
That's the same one.
When it
Sure.
is pretty much your main income, it is a poop palace, not a shit shed. You need to look at it for what it's worth, not for what it actually is. Kind of like you dress for the job that you want, not for the job that you have.
So it looks down at his clothes. What are you saying about my clothes?
They're perfect for you. But do you want to stay you, or do you want to be something else?
Be better than you.
You could be bigger. You could be better. Maybe you could be on the council.
Don't be you.
And people will listen to you.
Be better.
I think I could be on the council.
Well, what is it that you currently do?
I shovel poop every other day.
Well, don't you think
That
that you
explains
should
the shitty
have some
clothes.
input as to how that poop is shoveled and how that poop is sold? How it's stored?
I got some ideas.
Well,
ideas.
I'm sure that those ideas are brilliant ideas that need to be shared.
He sort of just turned and walked away, but you can tell you made a difference. Surprisingly, one of the few gnomes walks up to Finistel and Finric, and she's like, "I saw you two purchasing things from the market the other day. If we were to have more tourists here, what businesses do you think there might be opportunities for?"
Well, I think any travelers who come through, any tourists would be traveling from other lands, and I think whenever people travel to a new place, they're always interested in local culture. So I think any crafts, any foodstuffs, beverages, anything that sort of leverages something of the natural environment of the local of your local resources would be appealing to outsiders, and to me that's ideal because you're using what you have here, and so I think that I think all of those things, as well as any sort of commemorative goods that that sort of commemorate Puppytown and your Puppytown and your large number of puppies. Like I said, we were interested when we went to a shop in Shaydul and found puppy-shaped salt and pepper shakers. I think any sort of crafts that sort of honor the local puppies.
I think my daughter might have made those.
Oh, well, that's awesome.
She's not here right now, but do you have them with you?
Someone does.
Yeah, I got them. I guess I'll hold them out.
Oh,
Ooh.
yes, wonderful.
Ooh. And I know that Barksy had this issue with, maybe people coming in and wanting to take the puppies. Maybe instead of taking the puppies, they can take home maybe a stuffy of a puppy. And there's this place in Wesleyville where you can get enchanted stuffies that they will actually, kind of come to life for a little bit, and they'll play with you and run around. They don't poop, which is kind of a good thing. You don't have to feed them.
What enchanted?
Yeah.
Oh, never heard of
Mr.
enchanted
Twizzard,
things?
don't you have one?
I don't think
Oh,
I like the
I
sound
got a
of that.
stuffy. Pull that out of my back pocket, of course, where I had it. Look at this, stuffy monkey. Who am I talking to? Someone in front of me? Stuffy monkey.
Yeah.
Jump on that person's head.
What's that?
Stuffy monkey, jump on that person's head.
Do you have to squeeze it?
Squeezy, squeezy, squeezy. Stuffy monkey.
Okay.
Jump around.
Shoot, I forget how the stuffy monkey works.
Did you forget about stuffies?
No, I didn't forget about the stuffies, but I forgot what activates them. Is it hugging them?
I thought it was.
I think it's hugging them. I
hugging-
think you're right. I think it's hugging them. All right, so you give it a squeeze and you toss it toward this person's head, and it grabs their head, and the person freaks out. Ah, ah, ah! And Barksy's like, look there! I see they're wizards and mages. They come to kill us with evil beings. And
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Lily punches Twizzard in the arm.
You told me to do that.
when the dogs
No.
are all excited.
Show
and
her
barking,
the stuffy, not throw it at her head.
she tosses the stuffy on the ground, and the dogs start to rip it to shreds. Are you gonna do
Okay,
that?
look, that particular thing may have been a bad idea, but I think broadly speaking, we can all agree.
Are you
that-
gonna try to save the stuffy, or is it getting ripped to shreds?
I know, I feel like it's being ripped to shreds. Can I
Well,
save
you
it?
might be able to get it mended. You should probably save it.
Okay, I dive on it.
All right, give me a dexterity save versus these pups.
Ooh, look at me.
I don't think you have
Not
a
bad.
dex.
Did you see what I rolled?
I know, but I don't think you have a dex.
I don't think it matters.
No, but that's not you. This can't possibly be
That's
you.
not me. Whoa, you see big numbers, you don't think it's me? Oh yeah, I'm 0. 19.
19? No, that's definitely enough. So it's a little worse from wearing one of the arms is a little loose, but you grab it back from them. But its animatedness has stopped.
Alright. I'm just gonna put it back in my pocket.
And pauses like,
So-
no, Barks, you've got it all wrong, you see. Some of these things could help us. Imagine if everybody didn't have to have a stint in the poop palace. Imagine all the free time we could have. We could have time to craft, baubles and keepsakes and what did you say, Finric? Commemorative memorabilia.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Please.
All right, well, we'll see what this vote for the council turns up. But I don't know. He sort of goes into the courthouse, or the town hall, rather.
That's one grumpy bear.
Folks, I think you've done wonderful things here today. Now, we'll let this vote go on all day. Would you mind, I don't know, just making sure that everything is on the up and up? I don't want you to, I don't know how many people, I don't know if you should have your presence felt or maybe just do it surreptitiously, but I don't know.
No more throwing stuffies at people's faces.
That was
Yes, maybe keep the magic on no magic, maybe.
No magic. Can do.
Good. All right, so the crowd has either dispersed, gone inside the town hall, or otherwise is sort of just, basically those two things. What would you folks like to do?
So is he asking us to be like poll watchers? Is that sort of what I was getting from that?
He wasn't sure. He wasn't sure if it would be a good idea or a bad idea, so I think he's leaving it up to you.
What kind of watchers?
Poll
Watchers.
Poll watchers.
Not that I don't know what that is. What?
Make sure there's no shenanigans.
A hole?
Poll? P-O-L-L watcher?
P-O. I was thinking P-O-L-E or H-O-L-E. I couldn't tell if you said pole or hole.
Ah.
That just confused me for the mental image. Okay, the poll, yes, P-O-L-L watchers.
It'd be fun to be a hole watcher.
I was like, we're watching a hole?
Hole
Okay.
watchers.
Yeah.
Maybe Paelias can commune with his goddess and see if we should be poll watchers.
Okay. Yeah. You guys want to go back to the inn and check in with Paelias?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's right. He's still asleep. Sleepyhead.
I don't know if he's just not there.
All right. Can we get back to the inn without using magic?
That's up to you, my friend.
I am this close to prestidigitation something.
Yeah, what does he use? He uses commune. That's what he uses, right?
Probably.
So you can ask up to 3 questions that can be answered with a yes or no. What would you like to ask? Paelias is willing to ask his goddess.
Do we have to know all 3 questions in advance, or can we ask one question and then follow-up questions?
You must ask your questions before the spell ends, and the duration is 1 minute.
Oh.
So we have a minute to ask 3 questions, but I don't necessarily. Okay. So there's a follow-up. There's time for a follow-up as long as it's snappy.
Yeah, I mean, I can literally time you if you want.
No.
Let's prep a bit, right?
Yeah, you get 3
That's not
yes
what
or
I
no
want.
questions. 3 yes or no questions.
Would it be a good course of action for us to be poll watchers? I guess the second question would be, if so, would it be a good course of action to make our presence felt? Or should we, rather than being surreptitious? And I don't know what the third question is.
Should we take a puppy?
No, we should not do that.
Do not ask that.
Are you a goddess?
I can answer that, and we shouldn't. I want to take this puppy here, but I can't do that.
Why not?
Well, because I already have a cat on board.
You have a cat. I don't have a cat.
I
Mr.
just
Bones
don't
doesn't have a
think.
cat.
I don't think that my cat will be very happy, even though it is a magical creature.
Well, how about this? The whole thing is that they're worried that we might be stealing their puppies. So the solution to that is not to steal one of the puppies.
Should we take Barky?
Barky?
We hate him. We don't want to take him.
We'll make it better.
We want to leave him.
Yeah, no, we certainly don't want him with us. He's a Debbie Downer.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be offensive to anyone named Debbie.
Is also pessimistic.
All right, so first question, should you be pole watchers? Second question, if the first one is yes, should you be circumspect?
Should we make our presence felt rather than being surreptitious?
Okay. All right, so we'll start with those two.
Big words, Finric.
So Paelias grabs the femur from Mr. Bones and starts to commune with Mistra. The answer to the first question is yes. The answer to the second question is yes. Would you like to ask a third question?
We should. Doesn't matter, right?
Yeah. What do you want to ask,
Is
Lily?
still watching us?
Hmm?
Is Falworth watching us?
Hmm.
Or is that? Oh, it's about a course of action. So, no. Then that would be.
No, that was the other one. This is just 3 questions.
Should we stay here longer?
No.
Are we
He's
staying
more
here?
powerful now. Paelias is.
Yeah, they don't have to be about a course of action. That was the their lower level spell.
Okay.
So wait, sorry, what was the third question?
Is Falworth still watching us? It's
Third
a decent
answer is
one.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, he's here.
Well, he's watching us. He's scrying on us.
Oh, should have asked, is there a giant person graveyard?
We need to find that water metal stuff.
Yes,
All
we
right,
do.
so to Paelias,
Right, but Agnes knows to ask the fisherman. So
Yeah.
you're
only going to get that when you get back to Windbell anyway. So
Water flow metal.
Yeah, and I guess if Agnes, if you ever want to, Erin/Agnes, if you ever want to do some of those things in parallel, just let me know and we can work that out. All right, so you've communed with Mistra. You have your answers. Paelias pops back into the real world, the consciousness. Let's go the femur. Gets sucked back into Mr. Bones, who stands up.
Welcome back, buddy.
all right, so I guess we should go back over to
The pole.
the polls and
Yeah.
make sure our presence is known.
Hmm.
So I think I know I'm not going to do any magic, but I might kind of like play with my silver dagger and maybe, go to like a place where I can maybe practice.
Wait, hold on. What was the second question you asked?
Play with her dagger. Oh,
Well, no, wasn't it?
If we should make our presence felt.
Oh, if you should. I thought. Oh, the answer to the second question was no.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. Even
Lousy
goddesses hear
god.
differently sometimes.
All right. So then, let's not make our presence known. Let's just kind of keep a watchful eye from a safe distance. Mingle, but not together. Maybe we should break up into pairs. I mean, Mr. Bones is going to stick out like a sore thumb.
Mhm.
not height-wise. Just skin and muscle-wise.
Bone-wise.
And people use disguise self to disguise themselves as puppies.
Oh.
Oh,
I don't
Paelias-
think you can do
Paelias-
that.
Paelias can hand his hat of disguise.
Oh, you could
to him.
polymorph. We could polymorph into
And we have familiars.
Yeah, but then you have the mentality of a puppy. I'm pretty sure.
for an hour.
Yeah.
We could like hide somewhere close by and then use your familiars to spy.
Yeah, I also
We could do that.
I also feel like if we polymorphed into a puppy, there is a chance that we might get captured and be sent to the poop palace.
Hmm.
But
Where we would have to
big
poop.
I don't
Yeah.
think I would want to
Not
do
like
that.
they eat you.
Do we
They're
have
gonna feed you,
anything
if
where we
anything.
can see through other people's eyes? Like mind vision or no, I don't think
So,
any of us
yeah,
have.
Paelias has a familiar, and he has the hat of disguise, and we could say that he goes with you, and you know if you want to do familiar stuff, he could aid in that endeavor, or he could lend out the hat.
Doesn't Mr. Twizzard have a
Yeah, I've got my chameleon.
Yeah. So I guess it would just be making sure the chameleon is like high up enough out of puppy range so it doesn't get eaten.
I feel like the chameleon should maybe be inside of the polling location. Maybe.
Well, so we could just chuck it on the roof, and then I can climb in one of the.
Well, you could bamf it onto the roof.
Yes. Bamfed.
Both.
Okay. Should I do that? All right. I'm gonna get my chameleon out.
I don't think my cat would fare too well in Puppyton.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to bamf it here. I'm going to leave it on the boat taking care of rats.
I'm going for stealth here. Not smelling like a cat. All right, so I make my chameleon. I make gizzard.
Finistel sees it and she's like, knew it.
You know what? You don't know anything.
I thought you were supposed to roll for remembering.
Oh, all right, fine, I'll roll.
It was a mental roll.
19. She remembers.
Still remembers.
I knew she wouldn't forget. But she mostly just gives eye rolls at this point.
Oh, Finistel, do you have a familiar?
I do actually. And she manifests a pseudo-dragon, exactly like Paelias's.
That is familiar.
So what's the best way to have a pseudo-dragon be non-discreet?
It can stay out of sight when it needs to.
Okay. So maybe it just needs to get like a high up vantage point somewhere.
Yeah, I could bamf it inside one of the upper chambers, and I could make
Maybe
it
like a rafter?
make its way down. Yeah, or be in a rafter, depending on how the building is laid out.
I could be like your guide person while you are viewing.
Yes, that would be helpful, Lily. Thank you. All right, so you guys are going to go back to the town hall and deposit some familiars. Is one of you using the Hat of Disguise?
The head of what?
I almost feel like Mr. Bone should be using the Hat of Disguise, but I don't think he can
That's a good question. Can he do
really
that?
think. I mean,
Try
you just
it.
have to think of someone, right?
Yeah, you could try it.
All
And
right.
if it doesn't work, you just take it off, right?
Sure.
All right, let's put it on his head.
All right, you put the Hat of Disguise on Mr. Bones' head, and he sort of like pauses for a moment, and then he turns into sort of ancient Egyptian guard. No, he doesn't.
No,
he
he's
doesn't.
an Oni.
It's the wrong guy. Oh
Give us
no!
this again.
Oh my gosh! Who did
no.
he change into? Oh, let me think about this. Who would he change into? Oh my gosh!
An ogre mage?
He probably turns into Finistel.
Because she was the last person he sees?
That was the last person he impersonated.
Well, that doesn't help us. We already have a Finistel.
Finistel's
Can I
like,
kill him?
what? Take that off, and she takes the hat off.
Why don't we just have Mr. Bones be like hang out like back a ways from the polling site, but still like close enough that people can see that he's there? Like slightly intimidating, but not like close enough or doing anything destructive or whatever.
I wonder if we shouldn't keep him in the inn.
Let's keep him in the inn. Eh, Twizzard?
For Mr. Bones. Okay. Let's see.
I feel like these folks have a distrust of magic, and his presence may just disturb them. But at the same time, they really shouldn't, so maybe it's better we knock down some of their barriers. I don't know.
Mr.
Well, if
Bones
Mr.
knocked down their
No,
barriers.
if Mr. Twizzard didn't go throwing stuffies at people's faces, they wouldn't be so afraid of the small little bit of magic that a stuffy has.
What kind of demonstration were you expecting?
That would have been a nice gateway magical item to bring into this Puppyton.
Wait, what would have been? Mr. Bones? Or the
No,
stuffy?
stuffies.
Yeah, I brought it out. Dogs attacked it and everyone got scared.
Because you throw it at somebody's face instead of just having it maybe run up your arm and run around and sit on your shoulder.
Or hug you. You could have had them hug him.
It's gonna playfully sit on their head. Like, ha ha.
But you threw it at their face.
No one likes a wild monkey, Twizzard.
I like wild monkeys. World would be a better place if everyone was more like me.
Now I know why Agnes didn't want to.
But they aren't, so...
How'd she put up with you for so long?
Mr. Bones, I feel we are not wanted here right now.
Are you guys still in the inn?
Lily goes and touches Mr.
Meanwhile, the polls have closed.
Don't worry, you're still appreciated.
I cast grease on the floor.
Oh, all right. Everyone within 5, what is it, 10 feet? Has to have a dex save. I forget. You haven't cast grease in a while, surprisingly.
Uh-oh. I think I'm falling.
14.
Yeah, 10 feet.
Oh, his spell saving DC is 15.
Since I leveled up, you are falling.
Finistel falls exactly as well.
11.
I also fall.
So you cast it.
Mr. Bones also falls if I was rolling for him.
Oh my
Wait, he
god.
doesn't have any plus dex? No, he doesn't.
No.
No, he has plus 2 dex.
Oh, Mr. Bones does not fall.
What? Amazing.
Yeah.
Mr. Bones got 16.
Yeah.
So this is now the hotel room. Everybody falls but Mr. Bones.
Good job, Bones. You're the only one worthy here.
Twizzard, what are you doing?
Are there dogs coming around to like lick our faces?
No, because I think you're up in your room. If you were going to talk to
Okay.
Paelias and commune, you would probably be in one of your rooms. So, no dogs allowed on the second floor.
Is it cooking grease? Like, what is this? Is it safe to eat?
You finish still tries to press the digitation yourself off. She has pressed.
Twizzard!
I'm gonna strike Twizzard.
I'm wiggling my way towards the door. Bones, drag me out of here.
Finistel's cleaning off areas as she stands up. Twizzard wiggles himself toward the door. Finistel cleans off Paelias. He gets up. Lily gets traction. Mr. Bones makes it to the door.
Come on, Mr. Bones. We're going downstairs. Alright, we're going outside.
Alright, you go outside.
And then we go around the side of the building.
Alright.
And then we wait there.
Okay.
Lily follows Finistel. Wherever Finistel's going, she'll go because she has to be her her guide for a little bit.
Alright, Finistel and Lily also walk out and sort of look for you. Are you hiding from them, or are you just sort of...
Yeah, we're hiding around the corner. We're gonna wait for them to come out, and then we're gonna follow
Cast
them.
grease again?
No.
Alright, you see Finistel and Lily exit the inn.
Alright, I duck back.
Finric, what are you doing during this nonsense?
Just shaking my head.
Are you still in the inn?
Yeah.
Alright.
Wait, who has the hat?
I'm hiding.
Finistel had it.
Finistel had it. She took it off the head.
Hey,
It's probably
Finistel.
sitting in the room.
Yeah, I think she gave it back to Paelias, so you can get it from Paelias if you want.
Okay. I'll get the hat.
Okay.
Just remember, you can't really be that much bigger than you currently are, maybe about a foot.
Hmm.
You have seen some gnomes around, so...
Can I be a random gnome?
You could be one
Do
of
I
the
have to
gnomes
be
you saw. You'd have to be someone you saw.
Yeah. I'll be, did I see any gnomes?
Oh, but you saw a whole bunch in Shaydul.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Great idea. Okay, you are one of the gnomes from Shaydul.
Alright.
Do you want to describe that gnome?
He looks like David the gnome.
Yeah, very much.
Oh, we need to find a fox.
Wait a minute, I think I have something for that.
I like David the gnome. He's my favorite gnome. He rides on a fox.
What's the fox's name?
Swift, I think.
You're right.
I thought I had a gnome head. Where's my gnome head at?
David the gnome followed Maya the bee.
What's that?
Maya the bee. That's better, I remember.
See her buzzing here and there. Busy
Yep.
buzzing everywhere.
Don't make shows like they used to.
Takes me back.
Or at least theme songs.
I know.
Where's my gnome head? I know I have a gnome head. Oh well. Oh well. Perfect time to use a gnome hat. And I can't find it.
Let me get some water. You want anything?
That's a pity.
So depressing.
Well, if I had to describe my gnome, I guess I would say that beard is sort of medium length for a gnome,
Okay.
but very straight, not so much like curly, like you would expect.
Yep.
Yep. And I keep my hat very well starched.
Very well starched.
Yep.
Good to know.
None of that sort of like sagging over gnome hat shit.
Is it really, really tall, or is it a moderate size so that it would easily be starched upright? Because sometimes if you get too tall, gravity's just going to take over, even if it's well starched.
It's not gonna. It's like a little. Yeah, I mean that's a good point. It's well starched, but it's not an inordinate. I'm not like looking to make a statement. I'm just trying to keep myself tidy. Or that guy was. I don't know what his name was.
Well, you might as well pick a name.
I really can't find it.
That's a good question. Working on it. Working on the.
Let's find out some gnome names.
There it is. I found it.
Names is spelt Gnames. Gnome names.
Ha, that's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Hey, Finric.
Oh!
There he is.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Gnome hat. Well starched gnome hat.
Gnome names.
All right, and so yeah.
Male names: Alston, Alvin, Bodyknock, Brock, Burgle, Dimble, Eldon, Erky, Fonkin, Frug, Gerbo, Gimble, Glim, Jebedo, Kellen,
Thibodeau.
Namfoodle. I think you should go with Namfoodle.
I'm going with Rin.
Rambo?
All right, so you guys head for the town hall. Finistel bamfs out her familiar, and you guys, yeah, you haven't seen this before actually. So it's a bit of a surprise to you, perhaps. How do you want to get eyes on the inside, as it were?
Do you want? Does anyone want me to bring a familiar over to the town hall?
How close is the inn to the town hall?
A couple 100 feet. I mean, it's not right next to it, but it's not that far either.
All right, I'm going around the back. Sneak over to the town hall.
Okay, so you're going through some back alleys.
Yes.
Are you trying to be?
Stealthy.
Yes.
Both the two of us are naturally very stealthy. So yes, we of course are being our normal stealthy self.
All right, give me
You're gonna run into the poop palace.
give me a stealth check for both of you then.
Simple.
16.
I don't think I have any stealth points.
I think you have
Holy
+3.
cow! 19 for me. And Bones. Bones has 2.
Okay.
So maybe Bones should not go.
As you guys make your way through the back alleys, at one point Bones trips over a sort of a barrel full of like old metal scraps and knocks over, and a furball like sort of looks up from another house that's sort of down the way and looks over at you guys, and he's like, "What are you doing back here?"
Hey, what's happening? Just head over to the polling place.
This is okay. Hey, you're one of those guys that spoke earlier.
Oh, yep, that's right.
You're the one who who called that Barksy. What'd you call him?
Jerk.
Yeah, I said he's an interesting guy. I think is one of my exact words.
No, I think you called him like a poop head or something. What was it?
I didn't say poop head. You said poop head, you poop head.
No. Look here. Look. Hey. I'm a Paul supporter. You know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I called him a jerk.
That was a jerk. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah. Oh. What's with that skeleton you got there?
He's a regular person. He's just very famished. Trying to get him some food.
Give me a deception check.
It's been a long time since he's eaten. Oh my goodness, my rolls are on fire. Oh my goodness, 18.
Wow, that's talk about skin and bones. Huh.
He is hungry. I've been giving all my meals to him.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, hey, here, have an apple.
Oh, you're the best. Thanks.
Oh,
All right, we're just gonna sit over, move a little further down and eat it.
Yeah.
Appreciate
No. I voted. I think the council is a great idea.
Oh yeah, I think it's good. Good.
All right.
It'll only...
All right. Have a good day.
Yeah.
All right.
Punch bones in the arm.
The other group is approaching the town hall. Finistel says, I will, I guess I'll go around the side and bamf my familiar inside. Do we know what we're looking for?
Malfeasance.
Shenanigans?
I don't know what I'm doing.
I would keep an eye on wherever they're putting the votes. I would keep an eye on where the votes are, and I would keep an eye on what they do when they count them.
Okay. All right.
And although we like Paws, we might want to make sure that he is being as fair as possible. Banksy, or Barksy. Barksy, Barksy, I saw him actually doing some graffiti on the side of the wall with some dog poop.
We should tell someone.
Yeah, you shouldn't tell anyone that. That's awful.
Wow.
Yeah, so we should make sure that both of them are being honest. Because although one seems really nice and the other one seems like a stick in a mug, we really don't know either of them. So I would just maybe watch both of them.
Is Paws here to help count the votes, or do we know who? I guess we don't know.
You can see, as you approach, you see both Paws and Barksy sort of outside the town hall, sort of like shaking hands with people and saying hi to them as they file in and out.
Like a true politician.
Yeah, exactly.
Shake hands, kiss babies.
And Finric, if you go in, are you going in as your gnome self?
Yeah.
So you sort of see a sort of a chest-like thing, and people are sort of like writing out and then dropping it in there, and there's two people sort of running that, and then there's a line of people. So you come in with your gnome hat. And a puppy walks up and sniffs you.
Oh, hey, puppy. So I just sort of look around and just see the lay of the land. And
all right.
Sending some of the others. So it looks like they're putting all the votes into this big chest, which I guess they're going to count later. And should I leave? Like, I can't just, like, vote.
You should try and vote.
But wouldn't that be wrong?
No, you're good.
Okay. So Twizzard says it's not wrong?
Well, remember, Mr. Twizzard just cast grease on us, and you wanted to strike him. So I would say...
That's why I cast grease.
I would say that maybe you shouldn't listen to Mr. Twizzard right now.
Cool. Okay. That makes sense. I'm gonna go. But I'll hang out outside.
All right.
But, like, a little bit away from where Paws and Barksy.
All right.
Barksy are.
All right, so you go outside. Yeah, Paws and Barksy are sort of here. Finistel, meanwhile, you you hear your sending stone, or you feel your sending stone vibrate. She's like, all right, Finric, I've got eyes on the inside. I just saw you leave. I will keep an eye out here.
Great. Can we tell where they might bring... Are they going to bring the chest into another room, or are they just going to count it right there, do you think?
Yeah, there's a few other rooms. It seems like there might be an office toward the back. Might count it there. I really have no idea, though.
Maybe Mr. Twizzard can send his chameleon into some of the office rooms to make sure that there isn't a chest that looks identical that's already been stuffed with ballots.
Oh, I might be able to do that.
I am the eye in the sky.
Am I close to the pole?
Yeah, you've sort of gotten there from your back alleys, but I guess you're listening to this on Sending
Sneaking
Stone.
up away from everybody else. All right, I'm going to bamf my chameleon on the roof.
On the roof,
lizard.
okay.
Yes, and see if I can find a spot for him to get in.
There is a chimney on the roof. You could also, I guess you can walk upside down, so you could go around the eave and into one of the windows. It is a 2-story building.
All right, I'm going to do the eave. Chimney doesn't seem like the best idea.
Okay. Yep.
I think we sent him down a chimney once.
All right.
And then he couldn't see anything through the grate. Or he could.
In the eave.
Yeah, no, you can. There are some windows on the second floor.
Okay.
In the fighter's house.
All right, I'm going in there.
Okay.
And I'm blending in.
Give me a sleight of hand for the chameleon to see if it can pop the window open.
I forgot I have a...
Like, it's not an open window. It might be unlocked, but it still needs to be open.
3.
I mean,
Yeah.
it is a chameleon.
It is a chameleon. It's not getting in there.
Maybe you should just bamf it onto the other side of the window.
Can I do that?
I think you can do it to wherever you can see. So if you could see sort of the inside of that room, maybe?
I'm sure I could see... Well, if I could see the window, I could maybe see through it. Unless there's a reflection.
Yeah, give me a... Oh, it just says within range, which is 10 feet. So you'd have to be close up against the wall, and then you could do it into the room.
All right, so I'm just going to casually stroll near the back of the polling place.
Okay.
Whistling, mind my own business, and then
Yep.
bamf my chameleon in there.
Okay. All right, and then you sort of feel that it's there, but
Okay.
are you going to look through its eyes and become...
Yes. Yes, I am.
Perfect. You are in a room. It seems much larger, but that's probably because you're a small chameleon. It seems like there's sort of a big desk, maybe seats 6 or so people. There's some bookshelves. It looks like typical, maybe like an upstairs conference room type of thing where they might have some meetings every once in a while. There's a small potbelly stove over in the corner.
All right. I relay everything I see to everybody.
Through Sending
There's a
Stone.
stove over in the corner. Is it lit?
Yeah, wait a minute. No, I guess you still have... Your sending stone's still touching your skin. And you're sending it via your mind, so I guess that works? Sure, why not?
Well, I mean, he can always just stop looking through the eyes of the chameleon and...
Yeah, you relay it. It's relayed.
Oh, I thought that you could talk. You just can't see
Well,
or
I can physically
hear.
talk out of my body, but no one's near me.
Yeah, because he's in the back alley by himself.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm saying that even when you're in the...
Yeah. No,
if
that's
you're
true.
viewing through, you lose your sight and your hearing because you're using your sight and hearing for what the thing does, but you should be able to talk still.
Yep, you're absolutely right. Good point.
Okay. You guys want me to look at anything special? I go over the desk.
No, it's more like a conference table.
Oh, okay.
So should you try a different room?
I guess my question though is the stove lit?
I look at the stove. Is the stove lit?
Are they
It is
burning
not lit.
ballads in there?
Yeah.
It's not lit.
Okay.
Nope. Not lit. Cold stove. All right. I run towards the doorway via the ceiling.
Ooh. All right. Yeah, the door is ajar, so you can get out.
All right.
Does it have preserves in it?
Jelly.
All right.
Grape jelly jar.
Okay, so I'm outside the door.
Yep,
What's it
it's
like?
a small hallway. It seems like there's another sort of mirrored room on the opposite side, and then there's a staircase down. So this isn't
Alright.
a huge town hall, but it is 2 stories.
All right, so I'll run in the other room and take a look.
Okay. You see that this is more of an office space. There is a larger desk on one side with some papers on it, drawer, pens, things like that. On the other side, there's another desk, slightly smaller. It's like there's like the big desk, and then there's like the assistant desk. Maybe it's a little not super clear, but yeah, that's basically an office. And this is the one that is, of course, if you looked at the window of this office, you would see the main town street.
All right, I'm gonna run to the big desk.
You go onto the big desk?
Yes.
Okay. You're on the big desk.
Are there any papers or anything?
There's papers.
Can I read them?
Yeah, it seems to be a tally of a vote that has been counted and recounted.
What's
and
it
it
say?
seems very clear from what you discern that Paws won the election.
Hey, okay, I relayed that back to everyone. Look at that.
Wait, is that from this election? Because they're still voting.
No, it's from a previous election.
Oh.
So they're cheating.
They are voting right now to see if the town should start a council as opposed to having an a single person.
Yeah.
That's what the current vote is, which you guys encourage them to do.
Wait, didn't they say Paws won the previous election anyway? Didn't we know that?
It's
I
certainly
don't know if we knew that.
It's certainly what Paws said.
Yeah, that's what I thought we had heard. And Bargles was calling them cheaters. All right.
All right, stay frosty.
Well, here's the thing. If the people of Puppyton decide that they don't want a council, then it seems like Paws will be in charge anyway. And if they want a council, then Paws will probably still be on the council and will still have a say. So does this seem to be like a win-win? I mean, really, the only person who would be able to benefit more by having a council would be Barksy because he didn't win.
Mm-hmm. Now he's got some power.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing? You could have one person who's in charge of tourism and another person who's in charge of puppy poop.
Well, I mean, there's not much we can do about that except speculate, right?
Yeah, I just feel like, spread the wealth, like you spread the manure,
Can I
and encouraging young things to grow.
Can I run to the other desk and look at it?
Yep, you definitely can. It seems to be, it's a little neater than the big desk. There are no papers on the top of it, or at least no, there's sort of a desk blotter-esque type of thing. But,
Okay. Are there any drawers I can get in?
yeah, give me a strength check to see if you can open the drawer. Drawer.
Ooh, not bad for a chameleon.
12.
All right. You sort of get your little chameleon legs in between the sort of the lip of the drawer and the thing, and you sort of spread your body out to push it open.
It's a well greased or well oiled / waxed.
Yeah. Well waxed wooden drawer. Inside, you find and again, you're a chameleon, so you find a good sized pouch of what seem to be coins when you sort of push it. and
Ooh.
there's a folded up letter.
Ooh. Can I look at the letter? Letter?
Yeah, you could unfold it.
All right, that's what I'm gonna do.
So like fold it, unfold it.
My little sticky hands. What does it say?
It says, "Thanks for all your help," and then there's a -B.
Sparkly. With gold. A pouch of gold.
So this might be a payoff from Barksy to somebody, or it could be somebody paying whoever's desk that is who also has the letter B in it.
Barky's trying to set up paws. And then the assistant, whoever sits at the little desk, is helping out.
Well, can you just take the letter? I know you want the gold, but...
I don't know if I can pick up anything.
You could probably take the letter in your mouth. The gold would be too heavy, probably. Yeah. I mean, a chameleon. Yeah, probably too heavy. I think you could take the letter. Is that the letter?
The letter's in my mouth.
Amazing. All right, how do you want to get out of there?
Uh-oh.
Perfect.
I'm just gonna run out. Does anyone think I should look anywhere else? Or should I just run out? And bring this letter that I just read?
So you
I think you need the physical evidence.
Okay.
You bamfed inside, so to get the letter out, you're going to need to go down the stairs into the main room.
Oh.
Or what if he goes into the potbelly stove and up the... because it's not currently lit.
It's true.
I would like to run over to the stove and see if I can open it. Or
give me a sleight of hand.
Or sleight of the heck do I have?
A sleight of
17.
appendage.
Wow,
17. All right, yeah,
He's rolling good.
You got the letter in your mouth and you're like, boop, boop. Maybe you do it with your tail, little tail swipe to pop the catch and go inside and up the pipe. All right, you're on the roof and you've got the letter still. Amazing.
Right. I run over to the side and I see my body and I drop down on it.
Yeah, here's your...
And I knock myself over, or a panda bear.
Well, that's a panda bear. You're in the back.
Yeah. All right, you jump down onto yourself. Let's try. I guess I could put you guys. Yeah, let's see. Can you hold your lizard? That sounded weird.
That sounds pretty terrible.
God, can't get the wizard to...
Just put it on top of his staff instead of his gem or something like that.
Well...
Instead of his mohawk.
Whatever. All right, so you're in the back. Yeah, I guess you're in the back alley would be back here somewhere. So, you Mr. Bones and the lizard. All right, and Finistel is probably she's over here in this alley, seeing through the eyes of her fairy pseudo dragon rather. And Finric's still out in the front. Lily, where are you? Are you just milling around?
I am pretty much the guide dog for
Okay.
Finistal.
So you're with, yeah, that's right. So you're with Finistal in the alley, keeping watch. It's probably you guys did the commune. You sort of got into position. You did a little finagling. It's probably like 6 p.m. ish. The polls are going to close soon. Give me a. So you're trying to just be nonchalant there, Finric, sort of like hanging out.
Yeah.
Give me a.
I'm sort of debating if I go in at some point and say I was sent by the whoever at Shade School to oversee the whatever.
Wait, what's that, Io? I'm intrigued.
It could go horribly wrong, so I don't know that I should just go ahead and lead with that. But I could go in and say that I was sent by whatever regional power.
Maybe you were just there to relay the results of the poll, of the votes, to somebody in Shadul.
Hmm.
They need to know who they're doing business with.
Yeah. There wouldn't have been time, though, for word to travel there and back. Is that...
Well, that's not necessarily true. It seems like these two guys have been vying for leadership role for a little while. And it's just that the vote happened, yesterday? The first vote? One of the votes?
I don't know if you guys know when the first vote happened.
But it didn't, the first vote wasn't today.
No, it definitely wasn't today. No, the vote that's happening today is sort of a offshoot from your rally.
Right. Well, do you want someone to find out more about this vote so that you can use it as a part of your story? Lily could find out.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
I mean, it probably would be good to know anyway, regardless of if I use it for something or... Yeah.
All right, so Lily's going to, I guess, just find someone who's nearby and ask, so how many votes
Are you leaving Finistel side?
Well, I mean, are there people who are walking by?
No, I mean, you guys are in a...
We're in an alley?
Side alley, so...
All right. Well, I really can't leave her. Where's Paelias? Could he be hanging out?
Still
Or
asleep.
is he technically using his pseudo dragon?
No, I think...
He's worn out from communing with 3 questions.
All right, I guess, yeah, Paelias can be with Lily. That sounds fine. Or, you're Lily.
Finistel.
Paelias can be with Finistel. All right, so Lily's free now to do her...
I mean, Paelias could also ask the question, how many votes have there been? It doesn't really matter.
Well, no, so you go out and try to find... Are you finding someone who's dressed in yellow, red? Who are you trying to talk to?
I might, if I could see, maybe one of the innkeepers.
Sure. So yeah, you can head back.
And I'm just gonna ask, how many votes? How many votes has this town had?
Oh well, the normal vote was last week, but it was very close. Paws won, but there was a lot of upset sentiments. People who didn't quite see eye to eye. There was calls of fraudulent people, voting more than once, things like that, and so.
Mail-in votes.
What's that?
The mail-in voting.
There was some of that from those away on trade deals in South Gorton and Alan, but yes, no. So it's a lot of. I think a lot of the usual chaos surrounding a vote like that was sort of amped up of late.
Now, would some of the closer towns like Shaydul, would they have any interest in the results of these votes?
Certainly, I mean the leader of the community, especially here in Puppyton, where we the name's already catching on, where we sort of share alike as a collective. Our elected leader has a lot of say over the sort of trade agreements, embargoes, prices, that's of that nature.
So has anyone come by from Shaydul of late to find out the results of this voting?
If they have not stated my end.
Okay, I relay this information to Finric and say, you could be basically a messenger to find out the results of the vote.
Gotcha.
And then I guess I ask maybe for a cup of tea so it doesn't seem weird
Sure.
that I came back.
Sure. Yeah, and your same puppy friend is there, and so you get your tea and you.
I missed you so much, puppy.
All right, Finric, what do you want to do?
I guess I'll go back into the polling place.
All right, you go back into the polling place. The line has dwindled a little bit. There's just one person And then the two people who are sort of running the poll, the guy comes up to you and he's like, I haven't seen you around. Do you live here in Puppy Town?
No, I was sent up from Shaydul. I guess I'm a little bit confused. I'm Rin, by the way.
Oh, Rin. I am Daniel.
I was sent up by the Chamber of Commerce actually to find out the results of the recent election, as they were curious because that affects their business interests down in Shaydul. And now I get here and there's voting happening, and I guess I'm a little confused. Do we get the timing?
No, the first election wasn't conclusive. But we're now voting again to see if we want to take on a new form of government. Get that. Woo! A council instead of just a single person.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I guess I'm here, so I will sit tight for your results.
Yeah, well, we're about to close maybe in 30 minutes or so, but the counting will happen after that.
That's great.
Third party person who has no
Do you have a need for a third party observer?
Since the last vote was a little shady.
I'd have to ask Barksy about that.
Sure thing.
Hold on a minute. He goes out.
Gotta make sure it's on the up and up.
And so both Paws, Barksy, and Daniel come back in. What? Who are you? Who are you? Where are you from? You're from Shaydul?
I'm Rin from Shaydul.
And Paws says, I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting you. He reaches out his hand, gives you a big shaking. What,
Hi.
So who did you say you're working with?
The Chamber of Commerce.
The Chamber of Commerce?
Yeah.
The collective.
Huh.
I mean, our economy is so tied in with yours that we were interested to hear news of the election. And like I was saying, I was confused. I saw you guys when I was outside. I got here to sort of get the latest news, and I saw that there was an election happening, and I thought maybe we had it wrong. But then Daniel filled me in on today's election. And I have to say that all sounds very interesting.
You can tell that Daniel, Barksy, and Paws are all looking at you strangely. Why don't you have a seat over there, Rin?
Okay.
You hear your sending stone vibrates, and Finistel gets on. She's like, Finric, are you okay? They don't seem to like you very much.
Yeah, story of my life.
Huddle. Paulus turns around and he's like, So the Beatles sent you then, did they?
The beetle? I think no. My boss. I'm not like full time. I work over at the docks, and they needed someone. So my boss, the foreman there, said that the council needed a messenger to come up and get the results.
We're gonna need you to tell us why you're really here.
I just told you.
Has he been near the ballot box? No? Rin, we're gonna need you to leave the town hall.
Okay. Well, I'll still be able to. I mean, the results will be announced once you have it, right? So as long as I hang out elsewhere, I'll still get to hear it, so I can go back and relay the results.
Daniel, why don't you stay with Rin here and show him around the town?
Great, thank you guys.
Yeah, even pause was not what he was hearing. So Daniel brings you outside and he's like, I think you'd better go back to Shadul, friend.
What's going on?
You don't seem to know anything about Shadul.
That's true.
So that means you're not being honest with us. And that means you should probably get out of town.
Okay, gotta go.
You like, how do you leave?
I guess back down the main road.
All right. It doesn't take much perception to tell that Daniel's sort of watching you as you leave.
So I keep going like past everything and just like way out of sight and keep going.
All right. And the sun is going down, so that aids you in that.
Are the puppies following you, nipping at your feet?
Some puppies are. Yeah, the dogs mostly know, but some puppies are. But
I'm on the sending stone. Where's Finric going? You leaving?
Mr. Twizzard, he screwed up as bad as you did.
I take it they don't have a chamber of commerce.
No, they have a collective. Did you not listen to anything I told you on the sending stone?
Was it not the same? What's the difference?
They're run by a sort of a group of gnomes called the Beatles, whose leader is Heartfell. But like, you didn't know any of that, so like, yeah, it's not gonna.
Okay. Fair enough.
Not gonna pass. So Barksy and Paws go outside. The polls are now closed, and they sort of stay outside. Daniel comes back and he goes in. And you see a few other people come and they go inside as well. And some dogs get shooed out. And Twizzard, what are you doing now at this point? So it's full dark. You've got your lizard back with you. You're sort of like still crashed in the back alley, or are you doing something else?
Oh, that's where we were. I think we've been crouching there the whole time.
Right.
You could probably go over to Finistal and Paelias.
All right, we're gonna head over to those two. See what's going on.
All right.
I'd probably finish up with my cup of tea.
Okay.
And head back to Finistal.
Okay. Finric, what are you doing? You still have the hell of
I'm like way out somewhere, right?
Yeah. You're out.
I should maybe like take off my hat and take like a loop around.
Okay. Fair enough. Alright, so you're probably not back yet. Alright, I still have eyes. They've the two people who so the two people who were taking everyone's ballots, one of them who has a bit of a yellow flare and one of them who has a bit of a red flare, they've now brought the ballot box into a back room. I think I can get my dragon inside, perhaps, but it's a smaller room, it looks like. What should I do?
Does it look like there's a... Do we know if there's a second in command here in town? Or someone who's more of an admin type? Someone who would be sitting at that little desk?
If there is, I don't think you guys know.
Okay, alright.
I mean, now that you're chameleon and you are familiar with that room, could you stand underneath that window and bamf it into like a dark corner?
If I could see it, I think, right?
Well,
You don't
since
even
you've
need to see it,
technically
apparently.
already seen
Oh,
it.
don't-
Just
Yeah.
has to be within 10 feet of you.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that.
And you've already been in that room, so you would be familiar with the layout. So you could do it like under a desk, or you could do it in a corner, or you could do it on
Okay.
the ceiling behind a light fixture.
If I'm standing outside, am I in an obvious spot?
Yeah, I mean, so if they're... Yeah, so the main room... Yeah, you could bamf it in. You could bamf it into the room. If you're in the back alley again.
Well, you're not... I mean, you can bamf it in without having to use your sight and stuff like that, and then you can, continue to walk past or whatever, and then do your eye and ear thing.
Well, I'm just wondering if I can find a safe spot to stand or sit while I'm doing that.
I mean, you guys are pretty well obscured in this side/back alley area that you've been... There's not like a ton of... No one's noticed you yet.
I'm going to bamf my chameleon in there.
All right. Give me a perception check.
Chameleon's perception?
Yes.
5. Not very perceptive.
Yeah, I mean, you see... There's sort of... There's the original man and woman who were collecting the ballots, and they've been joined by 2 other folks, and they're sort of taking the ballots out, sort of laying them in piles on that sort of conference table that you saw before.
All right, I relay that info.
I guess would be. Yeah, with
No
a 5.
so far.
With a 5, that's pretty much what you see.
Oh, so they're in the slightly larger room with the conference table and the potbelly stove.
Yes.
Oh, so am I in the wrong room?
No, you're in the right room. Sorry.
Oh,
You're in the back.
oh okay.
Yeah, the first floor of the town hall is all one room. And then there's 2 floors above it, split by the hallway.
I'm in the room with the stove. Right.
But not in the stove.
Not in the stove, right? Okay.
No, you're not in the stove.
All right. Okay.
Just hang out.
Yeah, no, I guess I just keep watching them, see if I pick anything up.
Sure. Are you where are you in the room?
Kind of in the corner.
Maybe behind the stove pipe.
Towards the... I was going to go
Up?
Up high, yeah.
Okay.
So like on the
when you go up high, give me another perception check.
All right. 9.
Yeah, it looks like they're just counting the ballots.
Maybe I'll sneak a little closer over the ceiling.
All right. Is there a particular person you want to get near or over?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. You just sort of get in the center of the room looking down?
Yeah, and I'm changing my color so I look like the ceiling.
All right. Give me one more perception check.
10.
From your new vantage point, you just happen to catch what you see is like one of the women counting sort of like looks at the ballot and sort of does a little like, and then puts a ballot in the pile for no, what you can, I guess you're too far to read, but so sort of like reads it and then does one of these and puts it in a pile. It looks, you can't tell exactly what's happening, but it looks a little sketchy.
All right, so I move closer to be above her, and I try and focus on what she's doing as she continues doing it.
You could attempt to go down the wall. Well,
I'll do that very, very slowly.
let's see.
Yes, I'll get as close to her as I can.
Let's see. I mean, you're a chameleon, so.
Slower than Robert Redford in The End of Sneakers.
Give me a stealth check. Oh, wow, that's pretty slow. Good reference. Too many secrets.
Nat 20!
Oh! That's pretty good because she got a 15. All right. Yeah, you crawl down right behind her, and you can see that if she pulls out a ballot that says no city council, she quickly swaps it with one from her shirt sleeve.
Ooh. Funny business.
Or no.
It's the other way around.
The other way around. Thank you.
If it says yes, city council.
If it says yes, city council, she swaps it for no and puts that on the no pile.
But still, voter fraud.
And you've seen her do this at least 3 times by this point.
Okay.
And she's one of 4 people.
Snapshot.
She's one of 4 people counting ballots.
All right. I take a mental snapshot of her face so that I remember it.
Okay.
And then I scamper away very slowly.
You could have seen it from the other
And
side. Though. Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Sorry, what was that?
I guess I'm doing a retreat. I've got all the intel that I need.
I feel like if we had a hat to disguise us, we could probably try to get her out of the room temporarily and replace her with one of us.
Just then, Finric shows up.
Oh,
Hey guys. So
having a luck.
I wasn't able to bullshit that.
It was a good try though.
Well, you're no Agnes, so
I'm new to this whole hat thing.
GNEW.
What do we do now?
While you were walking back, we found some crystal clear evidence of voter fraud going on, and we know who's doing it.
Cool. We should stop it.
Yeah, we don't know much more than that. We haven't taken any action, but.
Oi, what are you folks all doing back here? This is a person who finally rolled high enough to come investigate you. What's what is this? What is going on here?
We're going to get ready for a celebration party for when they say the results. We don't necessarily care which one it is, but we're ready to party.
You're those folks who spoke at the rally.
Yeah, we want to party. We came here to have fun. Puppies!
Give me a... You kind of are telling the truth. Give me persuasion, performance, or deception, whatever you want.
Is that all of us, or just Lily?
My persuasion is the best.
If one of you is proficient in whatever she uses, you could give her advantage on it.
It would be 15 if I used my persuasion.
Is Finric or Twizzard proficient in persuasion?
No, definitely not. 0.
I think Paelias is.
But my roll's a bit on fire. So
it's entirely possible. Does anyone have his...
persuasion? No.
Go 0.
Oh, actually, Finistelle is, so you can roll again and get advantage, Lily. Yes, no, we're very excited about the party, and she makes her staff light up, but the guy's like, what?
15. It's still 15.
Still 15. All right, well, here, come out of this alley, come on. Here. And he's sort of like...
I go over to Mr. Twizzard and I put my arm, through his arm, and I walk him out so that he can still stay focused on the lizard without people really knowing.
All right, Finric, do you go out?
Yeah.
Finistelle goes out. Finric goes out. Paelias. Mr. Bones. Where's Mr. Bones do? What does Mr. Bones do, Twizzard?
Mr. Bones might still be around the backpack. Who knows?
All right.
Mr.
Bones is not there.
Uh-oh.
Are you still in the chameleon's eyes? Or did you bamf out?
No, I meant to bamf out.
Okay.
Is the chameleon bamfing out, or is the chameleon hanging out up there?
No, I think he disappears, right?
Well,
it's up to you.
If you're not looking through his eyes, he can still exist up there.
Yes, that's true.
I don't know. Oh, you think it'd be useful to have him keep him up there?
I don't know.
I was getting rid of any possible evidence.
Okay.
Last thing we need is more shenanigans found and being associated with us.
So then bamf him out.
All right. Bamfed.
So Pause and Barksy are still out front. Ah, wonderful. You folks are still here. We should have a result very soon.
Mm-hmm.
Who brought the bubbly?
What,
Do you have any? Like, do you want me to go in and get some bubbly for you?
Barksy's like, whoa, do you mean like a drink? Like whiskey?
Yeah, but maybe something that tickles your nose when you drink it. It's fun for a party, for a celebration.
You can drink whatever you want. I think a round of drinks would be a very good idea. You know, go to the inn. AOL will be. I tell her that I'm good for it, and get a couple bottles. Bring them out.
Do they have something called Angel Fire?
What's that?
I was just wondering if AOL had something, like a drink called Angel Fire.
Oh my gosh! Wow, brutal deep cut. Yeah, I don't know. You could ask her.
That took me a minute.
I know, right?
It's kind of got like the fire of whiskey, but the kind of effervescence of angels. Hence the name, Angel Fire.
All right. Do you go get some alcohol? You can see actually there's sort of a group of people sort of milling back now that sort of people voted or did their business, went home, ate, and now sort of they know that this is going to be the sort of result that they're waiting for.
All right, I'll go back and I guess I'll speak with AOL and
Yeah, she's sort of like getting to a point where she could go join the folks. She's like, oh, it's a wonderful idea. I'll bring some bottles.
What is her name?
So you come back. Everybody's gathered. A lot of people, a lot of other people, a lot of puppies.
Oh, Isendel.
A lot going on here. Got some more people.
It's jumping.
And some more people. And the poll counters come out as Barksy and Paws step aside. And Twizzard, you see the woman who you saw doing the shenanigans sort of take center stage as everyone comes out.
What do we do?
All right, on my sending sign, I say, "That's her. It's that woman."
And she says, "Attention, attention, we have a result. It was very close, but the vote is to not form a council." And the whole crowd like erupts into chaos. And that's where I think we'll stop for tonight. See what you guys want to do next week.
Oh boy.
We'll have to bring Paelias up to speed.
I gotta rescue Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones is just around the back
Of that other building.
of the building that we're right in front of.
Yeah,
You just tell him to come around the corner.
This is the second story.
He'll be
segment.
coming around the corner.
He's
when he
basically here
comes.
in the back alley.
Oh, I thought he was further, like a couple buildings away.
No. He's in the back alley of the town hall.
Okay, he's just parked.
All right. Well, I don't know what's going on. We'll find out what happens next week. Thank you guys for playing. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next Friday on another BND Live. Bye.